Yo, what's up, everyone? Boris here, and today I got a cool collaboration video with none other than Princeton Production. He's right here joining me today. We have a really cool discussion video to talk to you guys about today. Now, before I start though, Princeton Production is also going to be releasing a second collaboration video between myself, him, and another guest. So right after this video, make sure to go check that one out because that one is going to be just as good, if not better than this one. So um, without further ado, let me just introduce him again, Princeton Production. I don't know if you want to introduce yourself and just talk about a little bit what kind of videos you like to make on your channel.
So my name is John Princeton. I basically do, I started doing One Piece theory and discussions. Now I'm branching off to Seven Deadly Sins and some other animes I started watching. I spend a lot of time watching anime in my free time, so why not put it to a good use and put it in video format for you guys.
Okay, guys, so like I said, today we got a really interesting topic to talk about. It's going to revolve around what we believe would be the most effective, most practical devil fruits to have in real life. Which ones would we pick if we had a choice? So we're each going to talk about three that we would personally just like to have. Why would we like to have them? And, we're just going to go one at a time. So I'll pick one and then Princeton will pick one. So let's just get right into it, and I'll talk about my number one. Which I'm going to start with a very obvious one that a lot of people would probably pick, and that is Cosaru's fruit. Um, put it simply, it's just mainly to be able to go wherever I want at the speed of light. It's very interesting. Something that I've always been interested in since a kid was studying Einstein, and I got a physics degree, so I like thinking about going the speed of light and all that kind of stuff. So just be interesting. I think it really meshed really well with what I really like. So. I don't know. What do you think about that fruit? I mean,
Like honestly, I feel like that is probably one of those, it's probably one of the best devil fruits that Oda could have had created and gave it to the perfect person. I feel like anybody else with the fruit that Kizaru had, I feel like Kizaru is very lazy, kind of laid back. But you put that fruit in my hands, and you just created the ultimate villain. I'm a villain guy. I always like the villains, like whether it's superheroes or anime or video game. You give that fruit to somebody like me, and I will put that fruit to the test. I will try to see how fast can I go around the world. How far can the little beams that Kizaru shoots at his finger, how far can it go? How strong is it? Like, I feel like that is, honestly, it's one of the top devil fruits there is. And anybody with that devil fruit, it's automatically, like, strong. Like, you are going to be such a threat to whether it's the military or a fight or anybody you go against. I mean, I really feel like if that devil fruit was real, it could take down a whole
yeah. I
country.
mean, I think that, like you said, it's one of the strongest devil fruits in the One Piece world. Um, Definitely in the real world, it would be really powerful. Um, and like the lasers would be pretty cool. Just a nice, cool thing to show off. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice to travel at the speed of light, and I think that'd be really cool. You get to see all kinds of weird physics effects that
Yeah.
you wouldn't you don't really get that in anime. It's a very simplified version of it, but it'd be really cool. So that's my number one pick. What would give us one of your three? Give us one of your three.
So I'm gonna go with my number one pick. I'll have to say it's another Lugia, and I'm gonna say it's Smoker. I really like how I feel like if I could have Smoker's fruit in real life, I'll be using it, and I'll be some type of secret agent. I want to say like. You know how you always have those scenes in movies where you have like the villain and he's in a steam house, you know? I feel like anybody with Smoker's Fruit can just like linger around, listen to conversations, you know? I really like his Devil Fruit because I personally am not a smoker, but the idea, yeah, and the idea of turning your body into smoke, it's so cool. Like, maybe you can hover over somebody, make it look like a house is on fire. You could. There's a lot you could do with smoker's fruit, and I really like it. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's not as good as like maybe Kizaru or maybe like Akainu, but I do feel like his devil fruit in real life it has so many uses apart from just like recon and stuff like that. He's one of my favorite devil fruits, like not characters specifically devil fruits, and I feel like it'll be really fun to just be able to turn my body into smoke. So.
Yeah, no, it's a cool fruit. Definitely, like you said, it has a lot of applications for hiding, espionage, all that kind of stuff. Um, You know, there's definitely some cool. I mean, we seen how he uses it in fights, and he can split himself sort of into different parts as well. Is the cool thing. So he can spread out his smoke, or he can make it compact. It's cool. It's definitely a cool fruit, and it's one of those that are sort of weird to think about in real life. But I think if you did have it, it would be pretty sick. So um, let me go to my number two. I guess my next one. The next one would be one that um, So I remember when I first started watching One Piece, and I found out that Luffy had the rubber fruit. I was like, it looked pretty lame. But as the show goes on and you realize the amount of stuff he can do with there's pretty creative stuff he does with it. So my number two fruit is going to be the the Gum Gum no Mi, the rubber fruit, primarily for the fact that you are immune to bullets. You're immune to bullets, so nobody really uses swords anymore, which
You'll
is the
be
main
you
weakness.
you will be perfect for like a military if you have Luffy's
Exactly,
devil
yeah.
fruit. Yeah.
No one really uses swords anymore, so everyone uses guns. So really, that's the perfect fruit against it. And if you're in the real world, you don't have to worry about hockey. People don't have hockey, so you don't have to worry about hockey bullets or anything like that.
I feel like the best part about or like a human or somebody the Going no Mi being real, it's you know how Luffy will travel from one place to another by grabbing a building and just like pulling himself. That'll be the perfect fruit to have if you live. Yeah, that'll be the perfect devil fruit to have if you live like in New York or Chicago or any place with tall buildings in it to travel.
Yeah, and that's the thing I want to talk about. If I had that fruit, I could just be sitting here talking to you, then grab just something to eat, or without having to move over there, just be able to do that. So I think that'd be really cool. Be able to swing like Spider-Man, like you said, through the city, be able to inflate like a balloon and just like bounce around. I mean, that'd be a weird experience, but I think it'd be something cool to do once. So I don't know. I think it's a really cool fruit, and the main reason I like it is because there's a lot of stuff you can do. It's very creative. Um, and like I said, you're impervious to bullets, which is the main. The only thing that will destroy you, I guess, like a nuke or something.
So you'll be the perfect villain or the perfect hero if you have with Luffy's devil fruit, because usually like villains are shown to use bullets, and projectiles, but with Luffy's devil fruit or the Gongo no Mi, you're kind of immune to that. So you make like the perfect hero,
Yeah,
Plus, who wouldn't like to go gear second?
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
pretty
probably
sick.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So what's your number two?
I'm gonna say my number two will have to be the chop chop fruit. I'll have to be Buggy's. So Buggy's able to divide himself into, or basically he's immune to cut attack. So he's basically the opposite of what you chose, right? So I'm gonna say the chop chop fruit mainly because um, Buggy in the Renaissance time would have dominated. In the Italian Renaissance, Buggy would have dominated. Because you can't cut him. Not only can you cut him, but I mean he's able to fly as long as his feet, like he did an impel down. Apart from that, he can grab all his body, all his limbs, turn them apart, and still be able to control them, which is pretty cool. The way he does that rocket punch, whatever it is, where he has the three knives and just it leaves. That's one of the coolest moves that there's obviously a lot of characters in One Piece that are way cooler than Buggy, but when it comes to like Devil Fruits itself, I really feel like the Chop Chop Fruit it should be at least in the top 10, just because there's so much you could do about it, and I just love how it's the complete opposite of what Luffy's fruit is at the end, and I really feel like if I had that, usually like I cook a lot, and sometimes like I'll cook and I'll edit, and at the same time I'm playing like an Xbox game. So I think it'll be pretty cool to like pay attention to my food, and then like over here I could be playing. Somebody knocks on the door, I don't have to get up. I can just
Move my arm
Yeah.
around, answer the
Did you
door.
see? Did you see a floating arm when you
Yeah,
open the door? It's like you
Plus,
sign for the pizza and then pick it up. Yeah.
plus it'll be perfect for Halloween for pranks because I can just like have somebody slice my head off, and I still keep talking, and people obviously will freak out. So I feel like Buggy's fruit, it'll be really fun to have. it's definitely one of those fruits, like you said, it's really weird to have in the real world, because then we're talking about floating head, body limbs coming up, limbs coming off. But it's obviously one of those fruits that I feel like if I had it, I don't need video games, I don't need internet. I really feel I can entertain myself with the chop fruit. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. I mean, just the
Yeah.
fact that you can split up into multiple parts, like you said, sort of again, like smoker. It has a lot
Yeah.
of cool uses to it. Yeah, it's very interesting. There's a lot of stuff, like I said, the spook aspect to it. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So let's talk about my last one, and then you can talk about your last one. So
All right.
my last one is going along with sort of the same themes as Luffy. Trying to be as more of a survival aspect to it. Whereas Luffy, he's impervious to bullets. My my last devil fruit that I would have is Brooks, because you get to live twice. So essentially, you can not have to worry about dying the first time, because you'll be revived the second time. Now, when it comes to Brooks, here's the thing. The reason I pick him is because there's still not a clear interpretation as to what his fruit actually is. Because I made a whole video on this, but there's a possibility that his fruit is actually the underworld fruit. Depends on which translation of the Japanese name of the fruit is. Because everyone thinks it's the revived fruit, but really he showcased abilities that have nothing to do with reviving. He showcased being able to escape his soul, being able to use ice techniques. He names his attacks on based off of the underworld. So there's a good possibility that he actually has been able to harness the power of the underworld with his devil fruit, and that is why he's able to revive, is because he's able to control his soul. Yeah, and if he had the revive fruit, he would have immediately revived, but he had to actually find his body with his soul, and that took him some years to do. So that's why I want to have that fruit. Firstly, because you get to control your soul, you get to live twice, but not only that, you get to there's still some unknown stuff to it. So I'd be able to discover stuff on my own. I'm sure there's limitless things you could do, with the spirit of the underworld. So
see, that's interesting, because apart from being you get to live twice, which who doesn't want to live, I feel like his devil fruit, there's a little bit hidden they haven't told us. Just like Moria can create those zombies, I really have a feeling that maybe Brooke could do something with skeletons alike. Maybe when somebody dies, he can pick up their soul, reanimate them for a little while. So those are all things that, like, I feel that his devil fruit can do, but at the end of the day, like, we don't know that yet, but his devil fruit itself already is kind of cool.
Yeah,
So,
even if it was just revive fruit, I would take it. Even if,
Yeah.
Now, however, add on the underworld stuff to it, there's definitely a no-brainer for me. So
Yeah, like, I really feel like his devil fruit, it's a great example of a practical devil fruit, I guess you can say, like one that you can use here and it's not as weird. I mean, other than being a skeleton, but you get what I mean. Like, it's not like you're not cutting yourself up, you're not light, you're not smoke, you're not rubber. So that's actually a really good choice for your third one, because it's a little less practical than the other ones that we have chosen.
yeah, so that was those are my three: Luffy, Brook, and Kizaru. What is your last one? What's your last fruit that you would like to have?
My last one originally was Thai, and I was gonna say Robin's devil fruit, but then I ended up thinking I like Trafalgar Law's devil fruit a little bit more, and just from what we've seen, the fact that I really feel like his devil fruit, like for example, you have a room, how cool would it be if I'm out, like I'm in a store, I can't find my child or like my girlfriend or anything like that, and I can just like room and then just, like pop next to me, like I think it's one of the most useful devil fruits. Apart from that, let's say I get on a horrible accident and I lose my arm, like I know it sounds mean, but I'll just cut somebody's arm off and attach it to mine. That's simple, you know what I mean? He did it in Punk Hazard, where he gave everybody those legs, those animal legs. If I had lost devil fruit, I would personally myself would I would modify myself to be more like be more animal. Like I'll grab okay, what are the top 5 animals and what characteristics can I take from them to make myself better. For example, like I'll have like the chest of a gorilla, you know, my head, then I'll have like gorilla arms, but I'll have like a horse body. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like I'll modify myself, and I feel like his devil fruit really is one of the coolest devil fruits. Apart from obviously you have scalpel and you can grab people's hearts. I think that's really cool. Honestly, I don't think I'll be able to do that because just the sight of blood makes me faint. So I don't think I'll be using that part right there. But just the room aspect and the chamble, I think will be really cool. Like, let's say I don't like two people, then I can just like chamble them, you know, chamble my dog, my cat, just to mess with them. Chamble, grab my dog. I have 2 dogs and I have 2 ferrets. I'll chamble them, you know, so I can see my dogs and my cat and my ferret's body and my ferrets and my dog's body to see how they act. So I feel like this is one of the, if you have lost devil fruit and you go to a zoo, you will have the most fun that you will ever have, and I can guarantee that.
Yeah, you know who also I think would like the fruit a lot for that reason? I think Everything One Piece or Prank Reviewer.
Yeah.
He would have a blast with that. He just prank everyone.
Yeah.
I really do feel like that. Just with Room and Chamble, we're not even counting all his other stuff. Just Room and Chamble already. I feel like it's a big enough reason for it to be one of the best devil fruits that they have, that there is. And it makes great for pranks. It makes perfect for laziness. If you're lazy and you want something from the fridge, you just Room, you know?
Yeah, that's me right there, yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, that was it. That was each of our top 3 most wanted devil fruits that we would like to have in real life. Let me know what you guys think. Well, which 3 would you guys pick if you guys could, and leave them down below in the comments. Obviously, you can't have 3 devil fruits, but you know, just leave us your top 3 choices. Make sure to check out the other video we're releasing at the same time over at Princeton Productions channel. Like I said, it's going to be a pretty good collaboration video. If not as good as this one, definitely better. So check that one out for sure. Make sure to subscribe for more One Piece content videos or whatever to both me and Princeton Productions channel. We do both focus on One Piece primarily. And anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Thank you for having me. Both collabs that we did were really fun, and I look forward to maybe doing more in the future.
Yeah, for sure, man. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, peace.